All right, you hear me in YouTube land? Hold on, guys. Technical difficulties per usual. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why there's no. Shows my microphone's on, Dan. This is just the same stuff every single time. All right, the audible's working there. I have no camera on the OBS, per usual. I have start virtual camera. Didn't start. I'm sure the markets will wait for me until I get this set up, so it's good.
Discord, and then the virtual camera is being overrun by Discord.
Right, but I didn't turn it wasn't on. I just turned on Discord now. So it wasn't on when I tried to turn on the OBS.
CW short validated.
Session. At the moment, you're still very audible on Discord.
CL1 retested.
So if viewers want to come and see your face, they should come to Discord.
I don't know who wants to see my face, but all right. I mean, it's like it's every week. It's the same. I'll talk to you about it later. All right, guys. Hello. Good morning. Let me do the disclaimer here, and I'll be back in a second. If I can find it.
Risk disclosure statement. There is a risk of loss in trading stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, derivatives, options, forex, and cryptocurrencies. This risk can be substantial, and therefore investors should carefully consider their financial ability prior to trading. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. The software, strategies, chat rooms, websites, and any associated websites or digital venues for educational purposes only should not be considered express by products or guarantee that you will prompt trade losses in any limited in any manner whatsoever. Users of the information accept no responsibility for the outcomes of employment in most stocks and trader, LLC, and any associated companies, agents, management, owners, and customers farmers without reservation. Please trade responsibly. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, Rule 4.41, hypothetical and simulated trading performance results have certain inherent limitations. Some features are apparent. No representations being made of any probabilities while equal G prompts or losses similar to those shown. In fact, there are frequently sharp differences between hypothetical or simulated performance results and the actual results subsequently achieved by any particular trading program. One of the limitations of hypothetical performance results is that they are generally prepared with the method in hindsight. In addition, hypothetical trading does not involve financial risk, and no hypothetical trading requires completely accounts for the impact of financial risk in actual trading. For example, the ability to withstand losses or appear to a particular trading program is spot trading losses on material points which can also adversely affect actual trading results. Because these trades have not actually been executed, the hypothetical results may or overcompensate for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. There are numerous other factors related to markets in general and to implementation of any specific trading program which cannot be fully accounted for in simulated trading or in the preparation of hypothetical performance results at all, of which can adversely affect actual trading results.
This trade room and this webinars are not intended to mirror my trades or to give specific trade recommendations. Analysis of the share trades and such trades I take for myself based on my personal analysis. But all the strategic trades I identify specific trades, trade management, and also ultimately decisions. Trading is extremely risky. You decide on my personal trades, you sort your own risk and potentially is profitable and I have routine drawdowns on my trading accounts. The spreadsheet here next to is my personal spreadsheet that I use at zone value to BTR. That means I need to bring that price to my trades. You can see when I add zone prices to the master spreadsheet as well as prices that trades whether you want to go long or short. You have the ability to copy this spreadsheet and zone values to use zone prices and integrate into zone values. The spreadsheet is not telling you which direction trades, it is that your prices and stop prices will go long, short, position depending on which one person decides to. All right, good morning. This stuff just firing off everywhere, and then I'm in technical difficulty. So you heard those fills there. I took a sexy Gexy here. We'll go over these trades. There was stop runs into the Method Q Gex level right here. I'm trying to find my drawer. So just tons of activity here in NASDAQ. We'll go over this here, but moved into this level with a stop run opposing volume event. This is the newest, one of the newest trading strategies, which I'm doing a live course this week. We'll go over that too. Where this is an auto trade, meaning the minute the event happens, I happen in the middle of the event because on top of these Method Q levels, because you're expecting these dealers to react here because they have to, because they have to hedge. They're not the only game in town, so it doesn't always bounce off of them, obviously, but it does way more than usual, right, than the just normal market movement. So I've done a few Method Q webinars with Method Q. We're going to do many more, but if you go to my website, here's a most recent one, or one of the most recent ones here. This one here, so you can watch, really good information. They've got why I use spot gamma as well. Obviously, we'll look at the euro, but I like Method Q because they have these Gex levels for all these markets, for all these futures markets like crude, gold, natural gas, soybeans, wheat, bonds, copper, silver, right? So you can really understand why the market a lot of times when it's just whipsawing around, besides the algos trying to take traders' money, you're going to see why it stops at certain areas many times, right? Besides, obviously, the stop iceberg events, which is the absolute core of my trading and the strongest edge I've ever seen in my trading career. Actually, I'm going to get out of a couple more of these, or one more of these here. Why? Because this is a prior event here. So this is actually an A+ reversion too, I believe. Let's see here. Not yet. Close. All right, so different trades that I'm going over here. So you guys see this every week where I come in here and I say I'm taking this strategy, this strategy, this strategy. So for instance, this is the strategy I just took at the gamma level. We're actually covering this today in the live course event. So what I did, you guys, if you guys have been following me for any length of time, I've been talking about 3 years about I'm going to get this trading strategies course out, right? So I'm finally doing it, and I finally found a way to get it done because now I have to get it done. That's why I did a live event, right? So this is being recorded too, so it's going to be in digital content. But I did it all this week, so each week each day I had a different, I covered different strategies, and you can still get in the live event. It's 2 more days, and the great thing about this is you're getting two trading courses in one. And I'm going to offer you guys a discount too for the Bookmap people because there's new traders on here. I'll get into that in a little bit. Let's go over these trades and I'll get into it. But it's an incredible deal because you're getting the reversion trade, which I'm about to go over here, and you're getting all my trading strategies. So what I was getting at here was, my trading strategies are all these strategies, right? So I have 18 different strategies. And it's not to come in here and take every strategy. It's to learn these. These are all mine that I take, to take a couple, get really good at it, proficient at them, and move on to another one. So anyway, these red color ones are position trading strategies where I'm taking trades based on the traditional rules we'll go over, the ATR retest confirm, or waiting for the market to move out the ATR, just outside of an ATR, and then put the trade on. So, by the way, this is the normal pattern. I laugh every day. I mean, it happens all day, every single day. Like, here's one in NASDAQ, back to the zone. Here's one in crude, back to the zone. One ATR, back to the zone. So that's the reversion trade. It's more of a scalp. It's an incredible trade. There's traders in my room taking it. I actually have this running automated at for some of these strategies at trading firms. So it's ridiculous, like how often it happens, and it happens across the board. Here's one in gold. Like I can just show ATR retest to the tick, back off to the races. So it's an incredible trade. We'll get into it, but I was going to take an A plus here. It didn't fill me. A plus reversion is when. So remember, the reversions work on their own. So aggressively, they just work. And I always get the question, well, which one do you take? So these are what these dotted lines are, right? And the dashed dotted lines are the stops for each one. So when you look at this chart, if you don't know what you're looking at, your head's probably spinning. But when you understand it, it's nothing special, right? It's just this is the ATR line, the blue line, the current ATR, which is 37 points. I mean, it's rotating 37 points every 5 minutes, right? And then these are the ATRs for this is the one ATR. It's actually the dashed line's right in front of the blue line because these algos have a propensity to rip it back before the ATR. Hold on, I got to change this quantity if this comes back up here, and I'm going to go over what I did in this trade so far. And I got a bunch of Russell shorts on that I got filled to the tick. Stop me if you've heard this before. It's just I keep saying how ridiculous, and it's been like double ridiculous lately. So I took a bark and a lick off of this guy. We'll go over these trades here, but this is a pretty decent move. Came back, and the algo guy, this one of the filters for this trade. Anyway, I filled to the exact tick again. It happens to me 10 times a day. Most traders, it happens 10 times in a month or a year. Me, it's 10 times a day. So if you've been in my room, I've been complaining more than usual. It's uncanny how many times a day it happens to me. But anyway, my stops in. So we'll go over this trade, but I don't stop out until this thing can push an ATR out of the zone. Right? And it's about to do that. So if I get stopped out, on to the next trade. That's what trading is. If you have an edge, which this is the best edge, if you're going to listen to me in my 25 years of experience, it's the best edge I've ever seen. So when I have a loser, do I panic and say, oh my God, this doesn't work, let me find something else to do? No, I just keep putting on the trade because I've been watching this for close to 8 years, and I know these things are ridiculously powerful. Every trade's not going to be a winner. You always have some. Yesterday I got run over on the Gexies on the down move because the Fed guy was talking, and whatever he said, the market just got crushed. Right, so did I? Because I took losses in Gexi yesterday. Did I pass up on this Gexi? No, I took it. Partial winner, still have it on. Right, so that's what an edge is. You have to internalize that, or you're never going to make it as a trader ever. It's not. I can have 10 losers in a row. It sucks. I'm not saying it's fun, and that's why trading's so hard because traders, if you have 5 losers in a row. 10 losers in a row is pretty rare. I mean, that's very rare. Mariah Carey here, very rare. But if you have 5 in a row, like that happens. It's just all statistics, right? So, you don't jump ship if you know something works, aka an edge. That's part of the trader's problem. They don't really know if they have an edge. That's what I'm showing you here, and that's what I teach is the best edge. If you want to listen to me and my experience, then it would behoove you to do that because, again, I've watched millions and millions and millions and millions of contracts come through the market, right? And that's how I develop these strategies based on this enhanced data, the CME MBO data, which shows with 100% certainty where icebergs are. That's hidden orders in the order book that the big money is playing. It probably behoove you to know where that's happening. And you can see where the dumb money stops are. So if you watch any educator that's not using this, and I chuckle every time I see it. They're like, well, this was, they're looking at a bar chart. Well, this is probably a stop run. And so this is a stop. These are the stops here. They have no idea, right? And I hear that all the time, even from guys that are pretty well known. Like they don't know for sure if these are if they're stops or not. This tells you if there's really stops here because they have order ID numbers, and then Bookmap takes the MBO data and disseminates it for us. So you have an edge like no other. And again, I say it every day of my life. I don't care what you're using to trade, right? Like I'm going to show you some of my strategies today. That's and I'm doing the strategy course this week. I don't care if you use my strategy or not. Strategies are just areas that I'm looking for these volume events to take trades, right? You can have completely different areas. Fine. What I'm saying is use this information because if you're not using this information, you just don't have all the information. I don't care how well you're doing. I don't care how good of a trader you are. You can be that much better if you understand this stuff in the areas that you're watching. And if you're not using it, you just don't have all the information, right? Doesn't mean you can't make money trading, if you're doing okay. But I'm telling you, if you have this, you're even that much. You have more things at your disposal to understand why the market's doing what it's doing. Right, so you can see here, this is a perfect example, right? Like this market came up, stop runs, which are usually instant rejection, is just retail traders puking, right? instant rejection. Where did it bounce? Oh, it bounced at another volume event area. This is called a double whammy. It was actually a broken double whammy, which actually signifies the thesis we might rip today. But anyway, you can see that's right where it bounced. Why? Because these are areas of trapped traders, or traders that are placing bets. When it moves out of here, somebody's right, somebody's wrong. So you get the big moves, and when it comes back, you get traders that are holding their breath, that are short in here, saying, please let me out, and then it does that. So again, if you don't have this information, you just don't have all the information. All right, I'm not going to stare at NASDAQ this whole time. It's hard to give me a headache. I am long here in gold. Gold's rolling today, so it's like I took original trades here off of June. What was that? Did I just step out of Russell? You little piglet. Fill to the tick here. This one hurt. Hold on here. I got to see. Make sure that was this. It just hurts because, I mean, the trade was valid. I just cannot stand, if it doesn't trade one tick lower, I never get filled on these losers, right? So far today, getting smoked, right? Big deal. That's just what it is. You control your risk too. We'll get into that. All right, so this is today's trading. Not fun so far. Trading a little bigger on these other accounts too, but we'll go over these trades. I took these right away. Didn't do anything. I haven't made any mistakes today. These were losers. These were the three. I took a bark, a lick, and a red rum. I'll go over those trades here, and they came up and stopped me out. That was this. So. And I'm currently in a long gold Izzy. We got crude firing off here. So we'll go over this. So this is how you have to handle this, right? Like, you're going to have losing trades. Like, it sucked. My first 4 equity trades or 5 equity trades were all losers. Does that mean I say, oh my God, this stuff doesn't work? No, I keep putting on the trade. You do have to stop yourself at a certain point, right? So if you're trading your live accounts, and you should not be risking. So all I'm risking is $500 in a trade. Again, I trade a little bigger on these, but the most you should be risking in a trade is 2% of your account size, right? So if you're trading a $10,000 account, you should be risking $200 on a trade. And if you lose 5 or 6% of your account size in a day, you need to shut it down. So yeah, you just keep putting them on. It doesn't mean just keep putting them on and take loser, because you will have days that there's just nothing but losers. You just stop yourself and say, you know what, today is just screwed up. I don't know what the hell's going on in here. We got Fed talks, we got tariff headlines. It's all it's been the last 2 months. It's just, you're going to have some days that don't work out, right? So you stop yourself. But until I hit my limit, whatever that may be, or you hit your limit, whatever that may be, you keep putting on the trade. That's what it is. It's called trading probabilities. Let me just start this little rant now, and we'll come back to this, right? So Straight Out of Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. And today in the course, the live course, we're going to go over the mental side stuff. I'll get into the course stuff here in a second too, because I'm going to give you guys an offer. Because like I said, I sent out an email. The price increased, but I forgot on these Bookmap webinars, there's a lot of new traders, so I don't want to price you out. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Anyway, learn to trade an edge like a casino. Why do you think casinos are in existence? Do they win every single hand? No, but they know the rules. They have the edge, right? The rules of the game. The edge is in their favor. They have a certain percentage edge in their favor. They keep dealing the cards. Right? They don't panic because some whale comes in one day and takes it for $1 million. They know that whale comes in the next 10 times. He's going to give that $1 million back, very likely, and then some. If it's not the next 10 times, it's the next 50 times. It's called probabilities. So if you can internalize that, you are well on your way to becoming a professional trader. So he has this in here, to do exercises for any edge you think you have. You need to have something that genuinely puts the odds of success in your favor. I am showing you the best edge I've ever seen in trading. Again, I've been trading 25 years, and I've traded millions of contracts, made millions of dollars at one time, so it would behoove you to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. This stuff is the best edge I have ever seen in my trading career. That is why it's the core of my trading. This stuff allows me to compete with these algos. Look at this market, right? This is what knocked me out in the mid-2000s, because I was scalping and I was one of the best in the world, and then it all went away overnight, and I went from making millions to couldn't make $1, right? So why did that happen? Well, because this stuff started to take hold of the market. So I was getting crushed. I was one of the fastest clickers on the planet. I wasn't as fast as a computer. It went away overnight. Talk about PTSD or There's a saying out there, never having money at all is much, much better than having it and losing it, right? Because when you have it and you lose it, you know what it felt like to have it. If you never have it, you don't know what it feels like, right? So talk about, thinking you had made it. Like I thought I had made it. I made, in a 3-year time span, I made $15 million for myself and my firm, right? And then then I couldn't make $1. And then I couldn't make $1. Next year, couldn't make $1. We're talking 7-8 years that I was trying to hold on, reinventing my style. You guys all know this story, but I'm trying to get through to you that, to compete with these algos these days, you need to understand. If you understand this stuff, you have a chance. And then we play the algos games. That's what the reversion trade is, right? So just know there's hope if you're struggling. Is what I'm trying to tell you. All right. Anyway, we'll get in more into this rant. I do it pretty much every week, and we're really going to rant today on the trading course. This is day 4 of that. Let's see, someone texted me something. All right, so let me guess. I got stopped out to the Russell here, to the tick too. It's just it's usually ridiculous, but it's been way more ridiculous lately. All right, so I'm okay. I'm okay with losers. What bothers me is when I wouldn't even have the damn trade on when it came back down here, right? If it just doesn't trade one tick lower to fill me on these stops, right? That's what drives me crazy. That's trading, but it's just uncanny for me. Again, there's a camera in my office that sees everything I'm doing. That's connected to the trade floor, and it does opposite. Just kidding. Anyway, I stopped out here. I blew through there, so it is what it is. That was a losing trade. This event is dead, first of all, because once it trades, this is how I judge, right? If it can push an ATR out, it's bearish, and it did move pretty. And now that I'm looking at this, I should never put these trades on. Why? Because, I take that back. If I had an aggressive entry on, because first of all, it bounced off a spot gamma level, but this was still the correct trade. It was a loser, guys. You move on, right? The point is, this thing is dead to me, this event, because it traded an ATR below it and above it. But now we have a new event. Now you have buy-ice coming in here, so now I start all over again, and now I'm in revenge mode because Russell made me mad today. So here's the event. Here's some buy-ice. This was threshold. That's why I drew the zone. And let me share this, by the way. This is everything I'm using. We'll go over this stuff one by one as we come to it. This will be in the YouTube. It's already in the Discord channel. If you go to my channel, and we'll go over each one of these. But the drawing tool is what is drawing these zones. So the drawing tool is picking up this activity in the subchart and drawing the zone for us with the entry levels, the reversion levels. So that's what you're seeing here, outside of all this ridiculous algo nonsense. Let me post this in here. If you got questions, please put them in YouTube because I don't really see the Discord. So as we go along, ask your questions in YouTube if possible, please. If you're going to put them in Discord, tag me. So put Ask Pulcini. That should tag me in that one. I'm not sure. Otherwise, I just don't see it because I'm looking at 85 things here. All right. So anyway, I took a gold Izzy. Actually, I took it in the wrong month. Gold's rolling right now. It's rolling to June. So actually, this is an area I'm going to get out of some of these. This is a decent trade. I'm going to take one of my only winners today and run with it. Not out of them all. So I get out at important levels, right? So this is a GEX level. This is why I took that, where you're going to get the daily reaction many times. So if it starts to struggle, I'll get out of some. So I had 5 on, I got out of 2. So we'll go over that trade here in a little bit. And then you can see this is June, bounced off the same type of, there's your GEX 9 and your blind spot 3. So again, go to Mentor Q. There's everything I talk about, it's in that sheet I just posted, and it's on my website. Everything I use, there's discounts to everything on my website, scalpelctrader.com, or it's in that sheet that I just gave you. All right, so anyway, we'll go over this trade. It was actually put on the wrong month. I was supposed to be in June here, but it's fine. It's a profit. So I'm in that long. Let's see what's going on in NASDAQ. Crude, sorry. So this is the typical pattern for one of the trading strategies, multiple trading strategies, but this is a bark blind. So when I say blind, remember I said I take trading strategy, I take my these events. I look for important areas, my important areas, so it can be in a market profile composite. It can be at a Ludwig level. It could be at an inflection zone. Inflection zones are these zones that I draw that important things have happened on the chart. Just went over this yesterday in the course. So you can see here, like this came down to this one, bounced off today. So that's the idea. So the strategies are looking for important areas. This one would be the Izzy trade. Say this rips up into this event or this zone, I get an event, I take the trade. It's that simple, right? So when I say 18 trading strategies, it's literally just 18 areas, different areas that I will take trades, technically, right? All right, still got some of these. So we'll go over this here in a second. Why is this not? All right. So another stop run here. So I got out of some of these. Sexy Gexies, we'll go over this trade in a second. I just want to, so this is a new event. I just want to see what we got here. So remember I just said it. This is step one. Wait for the event, right? So I don't trade unless I get a stop iceberg event because it's the, it's the core. It's why these markets move. I mean, besides the algos, right? So it's an actionable area to trade. So I don't have any Izzy zone here. I could draw an Izzy zone here, actually. I just missed this earlier. So you can see, and this isn't bad, right? So I draw these zones. We just went over this yesterday in the course. This is part of the course too. I actually take a blank screen. I take out all the zones and I draw them by hand to show you what I'm doing. Tops and bottoms of balance areas. High volume nodes of balance areas, buying and selling tails, directional conviction. We'll go over that. But this is an Izzy zone. So if you're in my room, you get these for free. So I'm drawing this right now. So hopefully my room will see this. This is new zones 153 to 109. All right. So what's happening here? A couple different things are happening here. So this is a balance area. It's a smaller one. What's a balance area? It's just two-sided trade, right? That's a bigger balance area. That's when it trades back and forth, back, forth. It didn't go all the way down on this one, but that's just one bigger one. It's all fractal, right? You can make these for a 5-minute chart, a minute chart. Doesn't matter. It's just showing you traders placing bets. That's what it's doing. Some people are buying, some people are selling. Some people are buying, some people are selling. When it moves out of there, whoever's wrong needs to get the hell out of the trade. It's that simple. Please make your trading this simple. So for instance, we took yesterday, my thesis was this guy. This was a failed balance breakout, so I tried to break out of this balance, failed. We took the trade on my trade room and took a double size and caught this move. This was also one of the trading strategies, breaking bad. What's breaking bad? Current balance breakdown through the high volume node of prior balance. Took that trade as well. Crushed it on the position trades. The Sexy Gexies got run over because this is when that clown Fed dude was talking. Anyway, so we'll go over some of these strategies. The point is, this is a balance. And what did it do? One, it just put in a whopper buying tail. That's bullish. So what I'm doing here is I use the thesis to possibly trade bigger. I don't know what's going to happen next. By understanding how markets move around balance areas, I could come up with a thesis and trade bigger. But even if I'm, like right now, this looks pretty bullish, right? So I'm explaining to you my thesis for what's going on right now in NASDAQ, right? That's a balance area. It tried to break down. Not only did it not do what it did yesterday when this one broke down, it put in a whopper buying tail. What's a tail? Instant rejection. So that's telling you something right there. Then this thing just moved through the high volume node, which is just the middle of a balance area. It's where the most trade occurred in a balance area as they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The middle is where the most trade occurred. Very important to understand that relationship. So this one just got through there. So this should rip like this one did. This one did it the other way. Failed balance breakout. It's the best trade in position trading. Got through the high volume node, got killed. Now it's going, this is the same thing's happening the other way. Balance. It's ripping through right now. This should do that. So my thesis right now is bullish, at least short term. So there's a couple things I can do. And now we have the rare unicorn here. Step Bros. What's Step Bros? Buy stops with buy ice. So the retail trader puke, which is usually a fade, 300 stops. And then you had the big money buy ice coming in behind it, 180. So this is a very important area. This is an FBB. I'm going to take this trade. If this turns out to be, I'm not just jumping in this trade yet though, right? So my rules are, this has got, first of all, I'm going to merge these zones. Let's see why this isn't, So this is the beauty of the drawing tool, is you can adjust. You can adjust it. So I combine these sometimes. This is more of an art. Whether you want to combine them, I definitely want to combine them because they were right. This is what's called Step Bros, the sixth wonder of the world. You don't see it very often. When you do, so there's a lot. So this alone is telling me this market's going to rip, or it should. Another great thing with trading is if you know your stuff, when something should happen, if it doesn't happen, it's going to move multiples the other way. So right now, this looks very bullish. I just showed you the failed balance breakdown of that balance area. I showed you a buying tail. That's bullish. Now we have a bullish SI event. This thing should rip off the page. But do you see me going short right here? No, because for this strategy, failed balance breakdown right here. If you're in my course, we went out. You guys should be catching this trade. We just went over it yesterday. Failed balance breakdown. I talk about this every day in my trade room too, just like I'm talking here. But what I'm trying to get at is when I'm trading live, like even right now, I don't have time to break down all these strategies to the very basics, right? So a lot of traders are confused, not confused, but they're like, it's like drinking from a fire hose. I can't follow you. You're talking too fast. Well, I'm trading live, guys. So that's why if you can't follow me, you get the course and you learn it and you have it and then you internalize it. And then when you watch my webinars, then you're like, oh, I know exactly what he's doing and everything's slowed down, right? So anyway, I'll get more into that too because I got a good offer for you guys because I forgot I was doing the Bookmap webinar. I cut it off on Monday, that pricing, but we'll get into it. Anyway, back to this. Failed balance breakdown, that's an aggressive entry. What's an aggressive entry? So there's two types of entry. There's the ATR retest confirm entry, like we just saw in crude that I didn't take because I was on this one. How's this one? Is this one pretty good? Missed this, of course. I don't like the ones that just rip off the page. I like to be tortured for 6 hours, so that's why I didn't put this one on. Just kidding. ATR, blue line, retest, confirm. You're in the bark and the lick trade, and see how it came up to the lick trade. So these are two whopper trades that I missed already in there. But the point is, that's one type of entry where you wait for the ATR, you wait for the retest, then you get in on the confirm. The confirm is the yellow line. All this is an ATR plus 15%, and it's called on the zone drawing tool. If you hover over here, look at the bottom left, long aggressive. All right, so out of that total sexy, actually I made $59.50. I can't even buy myself a dozen golf balls with that. At least Titleist, the ridiculous prices in golf balls, by the way. Kills me when I hit a ball out of bounds. I'm not even worried about the penalty strokes. I'm worried about the damn losing a $6 golf ball. It hurts bad. In Scottsdale especially. Anyway, hey, look at that. I don't know if I've ever talked about me getting stopped out to the tick. All right, so I'm out of that sexy hexy. So back to the Breaking Bad. So an aggressive entry, I'm not getting in the middle of the zone. I'm making this market show its hand, meaning it can, here's the event, great, it should be bullish, but you got to prove it to me. How do I have it prove it to me? If it can push the ATR out of here. So if it touches the ATR, right now it's 37, so the ATR is based off of that. I had a great question in the course the other day. That's another reason I'm doing it live, so I can get field questions while I'm doing it, because instead of just talking to a camera, right? Someone asked me, well, what's the ATR based off of? And I never really thought to explain it the right way. It's not just some random ATR. It's got to have a starting point. Well, the starting point for the ATR is the volume event, right? So where at the top of this zone is where this is basing this ATR from, right? Or actually, I think it's the right here. Right, so it's 37 points. That's the ATR move away from this volume event. And I know that just sounds like it's random. I can't tell you. And again, this is the other course I'm doing as a package with the trading strategies course. Is the ATR reversion course. It is. You can come in my room. There are so many traders, and it's the best thing, closest thing to scalping that you can have that's successful, in my opinion, because you can't trade off of the dome. Stop emailing me. Ask, is there ways to trade off of the dome? Because unless you can program your trades, you're not going to compete with the algos. That's what knocked me out of the game. The reversion trade is the best thing for a scalp, where it's all defined, right? So if I want to take the one ATR reversion, that's that dotted line. I take it, I short it, I'm out back at the zone. So I'm digressing. I'm going back and forth here. So the trading, I got to get this in right now, actually. So this is exactly what it looked like it should do, right? I'm not in a trade yet. I'm about to be. Come on. So it's really not on my fill point yet anyway. So if I'm taking this FEB aggressive entry I was getting at is first move out of the zone. So my entry for this fail balance breakout. So this is a great situation too because I can trail my stop now because of a new event. So let's just, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm taking the FBB long here. That entry is at 64.75. I think this is the same. So the zone drawer tells you how much you can trade too. I could put on 2. I'm going to put on 4 because this is such a bullish situation here. So there you go. So Bookmap Ltd tells you to. Damn it. God. So I missed the entry by a little bit. All right. So I'm long FBB, double size. What's FBB? I just went over it. Failed balance breakdown. We got some ES stuff too, by the way. So I'll be back here in a second because I know how much you guys love to stare at this crappy market. And this is the market that I made millions of dollars on, and I hate it. So. But the point is, if you understand this stuff and you have this information, you can trade any futures market. It's all the same stuff because we're looking for areas of traders that are invested in the area. And then when someone's wrong, it moves out. All right, so step 1 for ES. Here's the event. All right, there might be news out. Why is the squawk not? Oh, you know why? I got the squawk on mute. It's not very useful having a squawk. If you have it on mute. I'm laughing, but I'm crying. Did I miss something there? Was there a number there? No, there's Kansas City manufacturing in 20 minutes. All right, so anyway, same exact look here in ES. Look at this thing. This couldn't look more bullish as far as try to break down. So this yesterday, well, this wasn't a failed balance breakout, but it broke down from balance. Today, it tried to break down. It did break down. But what happened here? This is too loud. Whopper buying tail. Right there is telling you this market's probably going to rip. Probably. Probabilities. I have no idea. That's a guess, right? But it's guessed on my experience, and anyone could see this, right? Just ripped through the high volume node. First event after the high volume node. That's an FBB in here too. Am I in right now? No. This has to show bullish like the NASDAQ trade did. So that's my entry for this is way up here, 84 quarter. I could put on 5 micros. So this is based on my, this is the great thing about the zone drawing tool. Not only does it tell you your entry prices, your stop prices, the reversion prices, it also tells you your sizing. You come in here and you plug in how much you're willing to risk per trade, which is extremely important. It's the most important thing you can do because if you blow out your account, you can't trade. And if you're trading too big, you're going to blow out your account, I promise you, eventually. Right? So you come in here, Scott Zones. You come in here. So for these particular trades that I've tied to Apex accounts, each strategy, a few of them are live. I've got like 3 accounts live. The rest are, I showed you that trading strategy sheet. Each Apex account is designated for each strategy, right? So for these, I've got a $5,000 risk because most of those accounts are the $5,000. If you lose, you're out of it, right? And I risk 10%. Do not be risking 10% of your own money. You're gonna lose. You'll lose the whole account, right? You're gonna have a day where you lose 5, 10 trades, and then you're done. 2%. For these accounts, I'm okay. Even the live ones, yeah, it's live money, but it's not gonna like put me on the street if I blow out the account, right? So I'm willing to be more aggressive with them. Do not trade 10% of your account size on one individual trade. If you love a trade, A+ trades, we'll get into that. You could trade like double size. That's what I'm doing. That's what I just did on NASDAQ. You could trade double size. Don't trade 10% of your account. So double size for me, if I had, if these were my personal accounts for some of these, I do have personal accounts, but the ones I'm trading for these, I would just trade 4%, right? And if I lose on that, if I say I lose on that A+ trade for 4%, I basically have one more trade in my holster, bullet in my holster, and my gun. Bullet in my holster. I don't think you carry a bullet in the holster. If I lose that trade, I need to be done for the day, right? So we'll get more into that. I already kind of ran it on that. All right, so I took the FBB here. So we've got a couple different strategies setting up. I already took one of them, all right? We looked at that balance, tried to break down, failed, got to the high volume node, volume event. That was that. I just got in there. Now, what happened? A new event came in. So my stop for this trade that I put on, say this new event didn't happen, my stop was here. This is how I trail my stops. This is my biggest pet peeve. I have a couple for traders, especially novices that don't know what they're talking about, that love to trade. They put their trade on, and then it moves in their favor, and they love to move their stop to break even. Guys, what do you think? Do you think these algos are just in here just to mess around? They're in here to take your money. They know traders trail their stops. They also know when nothing's going on. You see these algos in here? See this bright red? That's order book. That's algos in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. They know traders trail their stops, so they stop you out, and it goes. How many times has it happened to you? Stop trailing your stops to break even, unless it's an important area. The market doesn't care that you're going to break even on your trade. The market cares about things that are happening in the market, right? So I trail my stops based on events. All right, there's stuff firing off on bonds. We're not going to trade that right now, but that usually signals there's something going to happen in equities, bigger move too. Quickly, before I do this, I got some time on that. So remember I said I was long gold. Here's a perfect example. Did I trail my stop? This has been an awesome trade here. I took a Izzy off of this dude right here, right? That's this guy. Perfect example of the inflection zones. Market moved down into this zone, got my volume event, went long. Now it's in another Izzy zone. It's almost through that one, which is also, by the way, the high volume node of this balance area. It's all fractal, right? That's a bigger one. Here's a smaller one. Here's a smaller one. But the bigger one, it's right smack dab in the middle of that. I'm just showing you just for educational purposes. Anyway, did you see me? I got out of some when it was struggling here. You guys, I talked about that. Did I trail my stop? So my original stop was way down here. See this yellow line? That's where my stop was. Did I do anything? Did I be like, oh man, I got a great profit. Let me trail my stop to break even so I can get whipsawed by the algos and be out of the trade and miss the rest of this run? That's what most traders do. I trail my stop, not based on something that happened in the market, not imposing my will on the market, right? So now that happened. Now I could bring my stop, trail it to this guy. So now I'm guaranteed profit because of something happened, and you can see the stop is right here. So this is using a little subjectivity. I'm not going to stop out right on these gex levels. I'll move it down a little bit. So I'll move it to like, what's this? Probably 85, last two digits. Right. So I'll move it to 90. I'm just looking at the last two digits, 3089.0. Let me show you that. It's nice to have a winner after my shellacking in the equities to start. I'll get it back though, especially if these trades work out, which I think they're going to do. I have no idea. What did I say? 39. Oh, you know why? Because I'm on the wrong month there. Hold on a second. This is a nice trade. 99. You got questions? Throw them in. All right. So anyway, so that stops trail. I missed a whopping trade in crude. This is upsetting. This one's really upsetting. The Barclay, I'm sure this was an Izzy or something else. We'll look at this when I want to get mad again. All right, so I'm long NASDAQ, right? So I got long off of this price. Did I chase this? Hold on. Yeah, this was horrible. Oh no, this is right. Sorry. It's this event here. I was looking at the because this cuts off, right? When you get a new event, like this was the entry for this event. This was the entry for this event. So I got into the right price. I was thinking I chased too much. So anyway, I'm in. We talked about the failed balance breakdown. Now there's a new event. So my stop, I haven't even put it in yet, was going to be off of this event down here, yellow line, an ATR plus 15%. Now I get the new event. Now I can trail my stop based on something that happened in the market, not because I don't want to give my money back, right? So this stop is actually right on top of a GEX level and still in this zone. I move it out when I can. This is where you get in, it could, when you have event, then you say, well, how much more do I have to risk here to get out of this trade, right? Or to put my stop in? Meaning, this is where I should stop. Well, I don't want to stop in prior events. That's where they bounce, because whoever just sold in this area is not feeling very good. If they're holding on, most traders do hold on and pray it comes back, and then they want out for break even, right? That's why it bounces off these areas. Well, I don't want to stop out right in the middle of that. And then you have another area here too. So I have to make a decision here. Do I want to put it here just below this, or am I going to go below that? Am I willing to risk another? This is where it gets subjective, where you got to decide, you know, based on what's going on. I mean, this looks very bullish, so I don't want to play games with another 20 points, so I'll move it outside of this event too, my stop. The real stop's supposed to be right there, and that's fine. I'm okay. If this comes all the way back and gets through this event, well, something's up anyway, and then I'll take the consequences. So I'm going to move this original stop supposed to be at, that's what short aggressive is. It's just the other side of the zone, the ATR plus 15. So 2, I'm going to move it down to just outside this guy. I'm going to move it down to 78.50. So I'm willing to risk that. If not, if you don't want to do that, just risk to the stop. I've watched too many of these, about 4 million of them. I just know that's why we have the A plus reversion trade, which we'll get into, because it bounces off these areas. So let me put this in case this thing rips back on me. And I have double size on, so I gotta make sure I don't get smoked here. This is a live account as well. 87.50. They're all live accounts, but they're real money. Some of them have qualified, some of them haven't. They'll all qualify eventually because it's because I have the edge, right? It's probabilities. All right, that stops in. So what else? This is a new event. What can we do off of this? Well, step 1 is identifying the event. Oh, we have other. Well, let's stay with this first one, by the way, first. So the way I do this, as long as you're always moving in the newest event, as long as this guy doesn't prove bearish, meaning tag the ATR, I can still take longs off of this, other longs. What are other longs? I took the FBB, that's the aggressive entry we get in right away. Now if this retests, which it does probably 80% of the time or more, I could put on bark and lick, blind, ATR, retest, confirm. And those trades don't even have to be at an important area. It's just because the edge is inherent in this event by itself. So I want to trade these events anytime I can. What is my filter for that? So anybody who's been in the course all week, you should be like, now I get it. Yeah, this is it. Look at Algo Guy. Algo Guy is bullish, so this is an exponential moving average. And I think I missed we have a strategy for when this crosses too. But anyway, this crossed and the algos took over, and here we go. That's why we call it Algo Guy, because there's so many algos that trade off of this thing. The exponential moving average ribbon. Google it. You can read all about it. There's actually a description video in the Discord room in my channel. It's a guy talking about. You can come up with 15 strategies just for this thing. Anyway, this is bullish. That's my filter for barks and licks. So everything's go time if this comes back to the zone, and I'm going to put on. So, all right. I'm going over different strategy. I'm going back and forth. So you see, if you don't understand what I'm doing, you're probably like, "What in the hell is this guy talking about?" That's why you want to get the trading strategies course so you can follow along when I'm trading live. So anyway, if it goes here, I'm going to put on bark and lick. That's going to take a while. What do I have brewing right now? I have a potential A plus reversion. What's an A plus reversion? Well, we've been talking about how these markets will come back to the zone. I already showed you like 4 of them today, right? Between 4 different markets. Here's the entry point. As long as your entry doesn't have to be right in the prior event, as long as the stop is outside of it. So if I get in this one ATR reversion, here's my stop for that. Right, so that's an A plus. Why is an A plus? Well, the markets already revert back to the zone. The algos snap it back. Feels like every single time. It's pretty close. But then I also have trap traders that we just talked about, that one out of their shorts when it comes back here. So I've got that extra layer. That's why it's called A plus. What am I referring to? And this is tomorrow's. So I'm doing this entire course as part of the trading strategy course. So when I give you this offer, you can still buy it today. I'm doing it live. It's going to be digital, but you can get in tomorrow and watch the entire ATR course, which was supposed to be different. So I screwed up here. I'm going to go over this in a second, but this is the A plus reversion trade. Take the 1, 2, 3 ATR reversion trade if entry is before or into the immediate prior SI event and the stop is outside of the prior event. That's why it's A plus, because you have the extra security of these traders that are praying right now this comes back that are short, right? So that entry is at, you can see down there in the bottom left, it's over here too, there's just a lot of numbers here, that's why I have all those numbers. 11 right now. And then, so this is the different sizing for this. So if I'm putting on trading strategies, which are looking for bigger moves, remember I said I have the fail balance breakout on? Well, I put it on based on that sizing. The reversion trades to risk $500. The reversion 1, that's what that trade is. I can put on 0.6. So let's get that set up. And I'll look for questions here in a second when I get this set up here. So this one is a So I'm trying out some other ones too. Like this is take profit. They claim they pay you in a day or the same day. So this is qualified. This one's a pro one. I took a beating on it yesterday, but I still get back $1,000 before that blows out. So, all right. So that's all disqualified now because now we have a new event. So I am long the position trade. I wanted to put on an A plus, but guess what? It didn't come back there. Sucks for me. This is a sexy Gexy. So as long as there's no heavy relative volume here, I'm going to put this on. Oops, I don't want to put that many on. All right, so I'm talking about how bullish I am, right? Why did I just short? This is a different strategy. I don't know what the market's going to do. I know this is a volume event at an important area. I put the trade on. So this is the sexy Gexy. I got to get my stop in here in case this rips off the page. So I'm long, fail balance breakout, and I'm short Gexy. What's a Gexy? I already talked about that. That's the one I took originally right at the open. Or right at the start of the webinar, I already had it on. That was this guy. So a sexy Gexy, let's just look at one that's already materialized, right? Buy stops, you're looking for an opposing volume event into these Gex levels. Why? Because these dealers have to hedge here. Does it mean it's always just going to bounce? No, because there's other entities in the market, bigger players sometimes, and they'll blow right through there. But you know the dealers have to hedge. So I'm looking for a volume event into these areas where I jump in right in the middle of the zone, one of the only trades I do that, because I know these dealers have to hedge. And then I get out, I'm looking for the dealer reaction, I'll get out just in front of the ATR, like I did here, you can see it there, and then I'll let the other half ride, looking for a bigger move. Well, this one did react, I got out, and then I stopped out of the rest of them because it didn't move lower for a position trade, where I was looking for the bigger move because I still have an SI event here. That's the driver of my position trading, right? So did it again here. You can hear this thing going ape shit. Pardon my language. It's my Grandpa Chooch's favorite word. This is kind of trading like there's new. Moody's higher tariffs and tax cut to boost deficits. How is that bullish? Moody edges closer to a USA downgrade. You guys, this is why you can't trade off the news. Like fundamentally is what I mean. Like, are you serious? Like, so the market likes that news? This is what I'm referring to here, by the way. So you get this as part of my trade room too. You can have this. Higher tariffs and tax cuts to boost deficits. I'm pretty sure deficit is not good. Could be wrong. Moody edges closer to U.S. downgrade. I'm pretty sure a downgrade is not good too. Speaking of that, I got a funny story about that too. So when I was trading on my own, this was back in, I don't remember what it was. Right. By the way, I'm going to get out of some of these. Damn it. Hold on.
Order filled.
All right. So I missed it by. I just cost myself 10 points. So what did I just do there? Remember I got long FBB off of Mr. Step Bros down here, buy ice and buy stops. The unicorn of the setups. Remember I got long there? Well, this came up here and look what it bounced off of. The Gex levels, right? I already have the Gexy off of this one, but my position trading, this is me getting out at important areas. I'm long that trade. I don't just hope that these areas blow through. I can monitor it. I couldn't even get over here quick enough to get out. I got it down here. The point is, I will piece out of my trade as the market makes money available to me. What are you talking about, Scott? I'm talking about straight out of trading the zone as far as the idea. We're talking about this in the trading course again today. Not again today, about these areas where I get out. What was that? That was a Menther Q level. So I don't get out of my full trade, but if it struggles at these areas, I get out of some. It just struggled there, I got out of some. I'm still short the Gexy off of this, and I got out of some of my long there, and it did react. I wasn't even fast enough. It reacted so fast, I got out down here. It cost myself like 10, 15 points, which is not cool, but I can only click so fast, right? All right, so anyway, we have a new event here. I put on this Gexy short. That's the auto entry trade. That's this. We already looked at this, but I'll just keep going over this stuff. So guys, you can see how, if you don't know what I'm doing, there's no way you're following all this, right? It's like drinking from a fire hose. I'm trading live. I'm trading different strategies. So let me just get to this because I keep referring to it and it'll be out of the way. So this is what I keep explaining to you guys, right? So this is the course right here. So if you click on this, it's on my website. It's in that document I put too. So I offered this. I sent out an email last week and I put this at $6.99. Right? So you are getting for the $6.99 that I offered, and a lot of people took me up on it. I've got like 30 people on the thing that took me up on it.
Prior CW short validated.
You get the 18 trading strategies. So this is what this includes, right? Or included when I offered this. Actually, I gotta, yeah, see, I changed it. And then all of a sudden I get all these emails out. I didn't know this was changing. You said it was at the end of the week. That's where I sent out 3 emails. I said I made a mistake. It's ending into because I started the live webinar on 3/24, so it stopped midnight at 3/24. So, or 3/24. So anyway, what you get with this course are all my strategies and all the ideas and the rules behind them, right? So every one of these strategies we've already covered in my room. So this is what I'm talking about. Where are you at, Mr. Kajabi? Why can't I see the... Oh, wait, hold on.
Stock by RT. 164.
I do want to trade Russell because I have a vengeance against them for what they did to me earlier with the tick out. Hold on here. I just want to show you this. I just want to, because this is a great offer, guys, because I'm gonna give you the offer through Sunday. I'll tell you why here. Why is this? Here we go. All right. So this is the course. So I'm building this course. So if you've been on my webinars, I've been talking about this course for 3 years. I just can't, I could never get to doing it because it's so much information and I'm exhausted at the end of the day. So anyway, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this live. We'll do it live. Bill O'Reilly. I'm going to do this live. It's going to force me to do it because people are in there. They paid for it. So I got it and then I got to finish it, right? So this is perfect. It's been perfect this week. So this is what's already been covered. So as I'm doing it live, so today is the 4th day live, but it's also going to be in digital format. This is everything that I'm doing. Welcome to this trading course. Talks about algo guide. Talks about the types of entries. So I turn the guy down because it gets really... Actually, let me turn it down here. So guys, I'm doing this because it's kind of... Nothing's going on right this second. All right. So these are... This was like day 1. I went over the core strategies based on the volume events only, where I don't need an important area. We were talking about that, where you get the ATR retest confirm. So guys, as you see, this is everything in here, right? Does that look familiar? Does that look familiar? That's this. Bark, lick, hot knife through butter. Then we get into the position trading strategies where you're looking for bigger moves in important areas, right? That's what I just put on one of these live with you guys. We'll do it live. FBB, fail balance breakdown, right? That was this. So the point is, with this course, this is unbelievable. This is all of my work, my life work, right, that you're getting of how I approach the markets, right, from all my experience that you've seen. So anyway, it's going to be 18 of these. We've already covered, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them. So there's 5 more. So today we're going to cover. So my point is, if you get this, when I give you this offer, I'm telling you, I don't want any emails after Sunday because this is how it's going to be. I'm going to split these up too. So my first mistake when I talked about this, or when I sent out the email, let's just see what's going on in NASDAQ, nothing yet, is I was just going to do these trading strategies. The ATR reversion course is a whole nother course. Like I've been working on that. So if you can see this, I'll just show you guys. Just to show you, I've been working on this for a year, right? I've been working on the trading strategies course for 3 years, and I've been working on this guy for a year. So on my website, or my back end here, you can see, I click on courses. So you see this right here? ATR reversion course. I've been working on this for over a year, right? So this is a whole nother course that I'm still going to release it, but I made the mistake when I said, hey guys, I'm going to do a trading strategy course. I'm going to do this live and I'm going to build it out. I forgot that these strategies are part of a whole nother course. So I can't say, get through these and be like, oh, sorry guys, you paid for the trading strategies, but I'm not going to give you these too. So I screwed up. So I said, okay, that's why I said in the mistake email that I sent, if you guys are on my emailing list, if you're not, go to my website, get on the email list. I sent out the next one. I said mistake. I made 2 mistakes. One, I said that the offer was going to end on tomorrow, right, after the live event occurred, which I meant Sunday into the live event. And then I made the mistake of saying that I wasn't gonna, that I didn't realize that I have to basically give you guys 2 courses because I'm a man of my word, right? So I got to give 2 courses. So the point is, even at this price, and this is where it's going, so it's going to be even more than this. So for going forward, you'll have until Sunday. I'm going to keep it at the $6.99. After Sunday, do not email me. I don't care who you are. I've given plenty of opportunity for my trade room, for everybody else. The trading strategies course, those 18 strategies, is going to be $11.99. And you get 18 strategies. So divide $11.99 by 18 and you'll see what a deal you're getting, right? And again, trading money, this is nothing. I see guys out there that are educators that never made $1 in their life. They're charging $10,000 for their courses, right? That's for that. I'm going to offer, this is when I'm going to split it out. You're going to get access to both these, but after Sunday, these are going to be split. The reversion course is going to be $7.99. So add these 2 up, and that's the value that I'm giving you until Sunday for $699. Take advantage of it. I'm not a salesman, but this is my life's work, right? So, for me to give this out, it's going to cost you something, right? You're going to have all these strategies for the rest of your life. So anyway, if you click on this, or by the way, I'm not going to change the price. If you want the deal, and I'm going to keep it to Sunday because there's going to be people on YouTube that are seeing this like over the next few days when Dan posts it, and they're going to be like, oh, wait, I didn't get that offer. I just seen it now. So Sunday night is the deadline at midnight. Email me if you want. I'll give you the discount code. So it's going to stay at $17.99. If you email me, I'm giving you $1,100 off. I will send you the link for $1,100. Email me at scott@scottpulcinitrader.com. It's in this document, and you will get that. So this is the last chance, and I'm talking to my room too. For all you people in my room, I mean, a bunch of people in my room took advantage of this, but there's still people that they won't get it, and then they sit there, I don't understand. Wait, what does this mean? Why, you're talking too fast. This is your chance, right? Right there. And here's my email right there. So email me, say I want the discount, and I will send you an $1,100 discount. After Sunday, the courses are going to be split in 2, and it's almost $2,000. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. I got it out. I got to take a breath. You got questions about anything? Put them in the YouTube. All right, let's see. First question I see: how can we learn this type of analysis? Get the course. Okay, what else? There's probably some sellers. Scott, can you tell us your win-loss rate as of today? As there's win-loss rates for every strategy, right? So I have all these strategies. So I use these Apex accounts, right? So here's a better view of this, because when you're using the Apex, let's just do the plug for. Nothing's going on, by the way, so let's just do a plug for the Apex too, because this is what you should be using. See how the market's doing nothing? So that's why I'm going over this stuff quickly. When you use the Apex stuff, that's this. This is in this document. It's on my website too. Yeah, go here. Again, everything I'm using is in the document. It's in my website. So all of these things are discounts. The course, you got to email me for that discount. Bookmap, you can get Bookmap Basic software, discount. Click on it. Mentor Q levels, discount. If you want the yearly, it's got a yearly too. This is just for the monthly. Email me, I'll give you the yearly code. Here's Apex. There you go. Click on that. These are these different account sizes, right? So this is a way for you to work on your trading where you do have a little skin in the game. They have an 80% off right now for the, so these the 250 is the same price as the 50. It's like $33. $33, right? So what's great about this? One, it's still $33. I don't care. Do you open your window and throw $38 out your window? No. So you have some skin in the game. So you're going to take it seriously, right? And then so this one you have to make $6,500, or you got to make 15 grand before you lose $6,500, right? So if you get in and you blow it, then you lose $33. If you're trading with real money, you can lose $5,000, $10,000, or whatever your count is. Don't learn this stuff with real money. Learn it there. And the great thing about these, they're all over the place now. This is the one I'm going on the, 4 years? 4-year anniversary of using Apex, right? If you use these and then you practice and you do well, then you're funded anyway. So it's just a no-brainer, right? And it's $33. So anyway, for any of the sales that they have going forward, use Pulcini 50. They used to have it on there. Pulcini 50 is my code, and that's my affiliate code, and that's kind of a thank you for everything that I teach you guys for free too, right? So that's for the Apex stuff. I forgot why I got into that. Someone's asking the winning percentages. So this is probably the best gauge. So first of all, guys, I've had some drawdowns the last couple weeks because of the ridiculous tariff headlines. That's trading. The issue with this, and I kind of screenshotted this yesterday, I blew out of a live account yesterday because I was up. Here, actually, that already disappeared. Hold on. Something going on here, and then I'll cover the winning percentage stuff. All right, so this is another, is this A+? No, this is not an A+. All right, so what's going on here? This is a variation. I could potentially take trades off of this now, right? Why? Here's your ATR. Here's your retest right now. Bookmap Bob just announced it. That's another beauty of the zone drawing tool. He lets you know when these things happen. So in case you're not watching, like I would have no idea this is retesting unless he read it. So that's the retest. So as long as this event doesn't prove bearish, and by the way, I'm going to stop out of my long right there that I have on. We'll get into that in a second. If this bounces off here, I'm going to take barks and licks off of this dude, and I could potentially take him off of this. And I'm going to take him double size because of the thesis that we talked about earlier. All right, I'm not going to trade wheat right now. By the way, off of this event in ES, so this is an IZZY zone, but I would not trade this in aggressive. So IZZY zones, inflection zones, are usually get the event, you take the trade aggressively, meaning first move out of the zone. This is a variation. If you guys are not my trading webinar yesterday, trading strategy webinar yesterday, we learned this yesterday. Why don't I take that aggressively in this situation? I'm not going to sit here and wait for answers because you're breaking out of balance. I don't want to just aggressively jump in a short when you're breaking out of 3 days of balance, right? Or that wasn't 3 days, it was 1 day, but it's still a balance area. So I will take an IZZY short here, and we just got done talking about bullish on both these markets. I'm a day trader. If I don't know what's going to happen next. I think it's going to rip, but I let the real-time volume events tell me what it's probably going to do. So if this confirms as a bearish setup, meaning hit the ATR, and then I get the retest and confirm this is variation number 1 for the IZZY trade, I'll put on an IZZY short. In the meantime, if this does prove bullish, I'm putting on FBB. So that's ES, and nothing's happening. It's just sitting in that zone literally for a half hour while we're talking. This guy, if it comes out of here, I'm going to put on barks and licks, double size for that guy, as long as this one doesn't hit the bearish, and it's not yet. Oh, actually, damn it. I got to get out of some of these. Well, I still have this Gexi on. Do I have that resting? So that exit for the Gexi was down here. So I probably should have got out of some there just because there's a new event. I missed it, so that sucks. Oh no, I'm supposed to be here. I'm sorry. So, guys, do you see what I'm doing? Like I'm all over the place. I mean, it makes sense in my mind. You're watching this for the first time. You're like, what is he talking about? That's why you want to get the trading strategies course. All right. So what I want to do here, and I'm fine. I didn't miss anything. So remember, I put the sexy Gexi on off of this guy. And that's what this position is. This is the short that I have on. I have a long on and a short on another account. I get out of the sexy Gexis on the first move because I'm looking for the dealer reaction. We did get a dealer reaction here. But I wait for it to push almost the ATR out of here. So if that comes down here and fills me, I'm going to get out of half, and then I'll hold the other half for a position trade because this is a volume event. Back to what I was just talking about. Say that doesn't happen. Say this already confirmed as a bullish event. Right there. Here's your retest. It comes back out of here. I could put on barks and licks. There's your entry. I'm going to put it just above there. Off of this guy, I'm going to take those double size. So I could put on 3 micros, risking $500. I'm going to put on 6. That's the bark and lick long. Just popping from strategy to strategy right now. And I'm not going to enter right on the GEX level, GEX 2 level. I'll move it just out. Put it at 20,202. Bark and lick longs if it comes up there. I'm not doing anything yet until this moves back out because that's the pattern. Let me put that in. So put on 3. I'm going to put on 6. 20,202. All right, those are working. So I got a lot of stuff going on here, right? I'm long FBB off of this guy, fail balance breakout. I'm short sexy Gexi off this guy, trying to get out of half of these. Then I'll put on longs off of this guy. If it materializes what it's supposed to do to go along there, then say if I get filled on that, and then say this does the same thing, then I'll put on another bark and lick off of this guy. So you can see on a trending day, you could be long that, you get a new event, new trade, another event, new trade. As long as the newest event doesn't prove bearish, you can keep putting on trades, right? That's how I add to positions as well, based on new events. So I stop myself based on new events, and I add on new events. There's another way you can add. It's the volume, it's the market pulse. That's going to be my final course for now. That should be pretty quick. I'm not even thinking about doing that right now, but that's going to be out. I talk about using market pulse in your trading. It's way more advanced. I'm not even going to talk about it right now because you guys are probably already confused on what the hell I'm doing. All right, I forgot what I said. Oh, about the Apex stuff, right? So, guys, you're going to have drawdowns in your trading. So the problem with Apex or any of these funding companies is you can be profitable, you have a pullback, and you blow out of the account, right? I'm trying to find the damn, what am I looking for here? Hold on. Let me get this here. So here's an example like yesterday, right? So I blew one of the live accounts. I've had a bunch of errors lately too. Like I had a $1,100 error on live account on last Friday. I don't even want to start thinking about it because I'm going to get upset. So here's a perfect example. This account, so this is the $150,000 account, right? You got to make $9,000 before you lose 5, but it's a trailing 5. So for instance, this one qualified yesterday. This guy, right? Where's it at? Oh, I already activated. So this was the Breaking Bad trade, the Breaking Bad strategy that qualifies. So that's the live account as of yesterday. So the point is, like this account here, you can see I was up to $7,400. I only needed $1,600 more to get that live. I pulled back 5,000, blew out of the account. So it's profitable, but I lost the account. So you see what I'm saying? Like, so it's not an accurate judge of the. Just take my word for it. I know that's hard to do, but again, you can come in my trade room, you can watch, and if you don't, I don't even want you to take my word for it. Come in my trading room. I have got 5 years of data feeds, right? My 4-year anniversary for my trading room is in April, by the way. 4 years of data feeds. You can just go back to the last 6 months. And what's great about when you do the replay mode in Bookmap, it draws the zones for you. So replay of the day, take the trading strategies that you can learn from the course, and start to mock trade them. Trade them, go back and run the day and put the trades on, and you can come in here, you click this box, and you can put the trade on in sim mode, just like you do real time. Do the strategies, figure out the percentages for yourself. I will promise you every single one of them is a profitable strategy. And again, you can take my word for it. You can run it yourself, but I wouldn't have a trade room for 4 years if the stuff didn't work. Speaking of which, if you don't believe me, go over here. Find my website. Go to my website here. That's not the right one. Why can't I? Here it is, this one. Go here, testimonials. Click on a face. It's Madam Sizzle. Let's see. There's Jay Labrada. He's my moderator too. So some of these guys have been in here for 2-3 years. I got more I'm putting up today too, by the way. Click on CN. Click on it. There's your video.
Hey, what's going on?
Talks about the room.
I'll drop a quick testimonial from my guy Scott. I've been a member of his Discord for about 2 years now.
So you don't need to hear the whole thing. 2 years, right? So guys, if the stuff didn't work, I wouldn't have people in my room for 2 years, right? So that's my point. Mrs. Ludwig just did a testimonial for me today. I haven't put it up yet. She's the inventor of the Ludwig levels. So I've got other educators giving me testimonials. So again, take my word for it or don't. I can't, I can lead a horse to water. I use this analogy. You heard it all a million times. I can lead you to the water, can't make you drink, right? All right, I got to take a breath and see what other questions are. So my point is, they're all profitable. This is the best before the drought, and it's been very tough trade lately, guys, with the tariff headlines. I've had at least 30 trades on that I've had that have been looking golden, and then Trump says something about the tariffs, and the market rips the other way. You can't control that. You've just got to hope it doesn't happen against you. That's what markets are. You put your stops on. If it happens, I'm not saying I'm happy about it, right? But it's what trading is sometimes. It sucked. It's been very hard. So I've had drawdowns. I blew up my Bark and Lick account yesterday on a pullback. So anyway, this is probably the best judge up until the recent ridiculousness. Where are my pinned messages? My goodness. I think I posted this recently. This might not be recent. Here we go. So it's like, these are each one of the strategies. Again, this is a while ago, but like, remember these are, well, this is when I don't know. But the thing is, remember, these are $5,000. It's like a $5,000 account. So these don't look like huge amounts, but they are, because I'm only risking $500 a trade. So this was a 100% winner, 100% win, 100% return, 100% return, 100% return, close to 100% return. This one blew out, 100% return, 50% return. You get the gist, right? So point is, I'm using those for a reason, guys. If you watch this webinar, by the way, that I just did, this interview, watch this guy. This is my story. You guys heard my story. But during this webinar, I had a $6,000 live money error because I forgot that the orders were in the order book. And not only did that, I put on the big contract. I didn't realize it. And I got filled. I had a trade on, a long on in ES. It actually went 20 points in my favor. I had no idea. So I probably had like a 10 grand winner. Had no idea. Came back. And this was a live account. Stopped me out. And I lost 6 grand on the Apex stuff. So it hurt really bad. I think I handled myself very well.
I was so mad.
Watch this. It's like right here.
Well, that
I probably can't find the exact moment, but go watch it. It's toward the end, right? I lost 6 grand. So why? Because you may be asking, well, why do you use Apex accounts? Because I make too many mistakes, and I don't. I used to trade all my live accounts on these webinars. I'm not willing to risk my life and my family's well-being because I forget something in the order book because I'm doing a damn interview. See what I'm saying? So that's why I use them. And you get funded and you get paid anyway, right? There's been plenty of people who've been paid from the Apex stuff. All right, I gotta take a breath. So there you go. Guys, there's plenty of profitable traders in my room. Come in there, try it for a month, and you'll see. I do the exact same thing. How do you find exhaustion in Bookmap? I don't look for exhaustion. I trade off volume events. There's no such thing as exhaustion. I mean, you look for, you can have exhaustive moves, right? When the market moves, and these are some of the best dizzies, right? Like this one yesterday, right? Well, this Nasdaq's a better look, but it's like when you get these straight moves into these inflection zones, those are great trades. We talked about that on the inflection day course, in my course. But I don't look for exhaustion. I look for volume events and the rules behind them. How can we learn this type of analysis? I come to my room and get my trading strategies course or both. Because when you come to my room, I'm doing the same thing every day. You're gonna be lost for a while. If you get the courses, the SI course is a whole other course. I'm gonna have a bundle too for all 3 of them eventually. Then you know what's going on, so you hit the ground running. You can learn this live. It's just gonna take you a long time. Can you please answer, sir? What's my average stop loss need? Okay, the best FF. I understand you're new. Have you been listening to what I've been talking about the entire webinar? So when I put a trade on off the volume events, my entry's here, my stop's here, and I hear the groans. What? You're risking 100 points? Yeah, because that's the best way to avoid getting algoed. And especially right now, this all adjusts the volatility. Right now, the ATR is almost 40. So that means it's alone rotating 40 points every 5 minutes, right? So you traders out there, I was going to use a bad word. You traders out there that I like to risk, when I trade the NASDAQ, I'm risking 20 points to make 40. The market does not care that you only want to lose 20 points. The market cares about volatility. So good luck when the ATR is 40, 50, 60, 70, like it's been lately with this tariff ridiculousness. Good luck risking 20 points on a trade. You're going to get wiped out very likely just on the random ATR movements. So that's why when I get in a trade, for most of them, some of them, like the Sexy Gexy, I get in right away, right? Certain trading strategies, most of them, I wait for the ATR out of it to get in, and my stop goes on the other side. So there's no average stop loss. It's based on the volume event, something that happened in the market, not my imposed will on the market. So I answered. You said, could you please answer, sir? And I answered. Do you think holding the USD exchange is a good idea since the dollar can... Guys, so this is another thing too. Is this question real? Do you think trading the USD exchanges is a good idea since a dollar can never go bankrupt like a stock and easy to predict moves compared to past moves? What? Guys, please, this is all I've been preaching this week in my course too. Keep things simple. I don't care about the exchange rate. I don't care about most anything. I care about the most simple thing you can look at is the volume, the real-time volume that's driving markets and the areas that it's happening in. That's all you need. I'm telling you that the simpler you can make it. And the analogy I always use is I made $15 million staring at the order book. I didn't have charts up back then. Does it get more simple than staring at the order book? No. Well, how could I make that kind of money? Because I come to very simple and I learn the games in the order book. So I'm teaching you the games now with this stuff. Keep it simple. You don't need to know the exchange rate of anything for my trading. If you're using your trading, great. I don't care. Even when I'm reading Spot Gamma, in my room every day, I'll come in here. Spot Gamma, the guy's incredible. He's the smartest cat out there, right? But he goes down the rabbit hole all the time because he's a fundamental guy a lot of times with this stuff, right? So I'll start to read his notes, right? And when he uses certain terminology, and go to my website. There's webinars with him, right? Wherever the hell it is, go down to the bottom there, right here. This is a webinar I just did with him not too long ago. Watch that webinar. Anyway, he starts going down the rabbit hole. He talks about where the support resistance. So this is his thesis based on options. So when the thesis based on options, and I didn't read this today, I should have, and it coincides with my thesis with the structure stuff, then I trade even bigger, right? So anyway, he'll talk about this, and then he starts to go down the rabbit hole like this stuff. I don't need to clutter my mind with this stuff. I'm not saying it's not important, just like I'm not saying the exchange rate isn't important. It's not important for me. I don't need that in my trading. And what I'm trying to explain to you, and this is what I've been saying all week in the trading course too, is usually the smarter someone is, the worse trader he is, right? Why? Well, because the smarter you are, you think you have to know the reason for everything that's happening in the markets. Well, why? Okay, I'm in this trade. Well, why did that come back there? Why did that do that? Why did that come back there? Let me add in 14 things that I should be looking at. I'm looking at the exchange rate of the dollar. I'm looking at a standard deviation of VWAP, and guys, you're going to be conflicted your whole life trading. Make it simple. You don't need any more than knowing the volume events and at import levels. And they don't have to be my important levels. They can be yours. That's all you need. Take my word for it or don't. If you don't, you're not going to make it in this business, I'm telling you. Is there a way to auto-drone the important levels or zone? Michael Kim, that's what this is doing. It's drawing. This is the zone drawer. So I guess I wasn't clear on that. This is in the document. Everything's in the document that I'm talking about. First thing on here. Well, second thing. Now I put this trading course on there. Click on this. Marketplace. Drawing tool. You can get the basic. $59 a month. It just gives you the ATR, the entry and the exit, and the stop prices. The Pro gives you all the reversions. Here's the Pro. What does the Pro version have? All levels used in Scott's method of trading. Displays position size. Remember, we were talking about position sizing. Most important thing you can use in your trading, so you don't trade too big. Capability of sending Telegram notifications. I have those on my phone, so I know when an event fires off. On all these markets, it goes off about 85 times a day. And you can configure the thresholds. So it draws based on my thresholds, my experience in the market of each one of these markets. So you can trade any of these markets, and you should be, as many as you can absorb, you have the bandwidth for, because it's the same patterns. I don't like, hey, well, what is it? Is this copper? Is this an ATR retest confirmed? Whoa, that is crazy. Actually, I don't think that did retest yet, but it will. Yeah, it did right there. So here's the reversion trade. Look at that, guys, here. So here's the back in black. We haven't gotten the back in black yet. This is tomorrow's course too. Went a little through it, bounced off. It came back to the zone. I probably wouldn't have taken this one, but the point is these are different trades. It doesn't matter what market you're looking at. We're looking for volume events. Here's soybeans. Been stuff going on all day. Sell ice, sell ice, sell ice. Then you had buy ice, bounced off of it. It's probably an A+ reversion there right now, but I'm not going to go over there. You had bonds. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? If you're pigeonholing yourself into watching the crappy ES all day, you're doing yourself a disservice. There is opportunity everywhere. Bitcoin futures. It might not have been something today, but there's stuff in Ethereum all the time. If you know the thresholds, the point is the zone drawing tool will draw the threshold. So what's a threshold? It's just an amount big enough to be tradable. How do I know that? Because I've watched this for 8 years, and I've watched 4 million of these things. So I know in NASDAQ, if I see 150 more iceberg events or higher, I want to trade off of it, potentially trade off of it. In crude, if I see 150, so a lot of these are 150, crude gold are 150. If I see an event in crude, that's 150. I want to trade off of it. This was a trade I missed right coming on the webinar. That was that. You had huge buy ice. That was that. I don't trade the little blips on the SI indicator. They're not tradable. They're not, it's not as strong of an area. Why? Because there's not that many traders loaded up in the area. That's all it is. So anyway, get the zone drawing tool. It draws it for you. If you guys have watched my webinars the last 7 years, I used to draw these things manually. I used to have to come down to the event, spread it out like this, say, okay, there it is. All right, where did this stop run start? Where did it end? Come to the drawing tool, edit, horizontal line. It was a huge pain in the ass. Now this draws automatically. Johan, who just did a testimonial, I'm putting that up today too. I would hope my developer does a testimonial. He found a way to draw these zones from these events. That's all you're seeing. That's all you need. So guys, everything is here for you. You don't need all the things that cause traders to fail is all here. You have the event. You have where you get in, where you get out. You have your position sizing. Like, it's all here. And then the trading strategies, I'm giving you my areas I take the trade. The Stop Iceberg Indicator course, I'm giving you the rules around trading these events. Like, everything is there for you to make it in this business if you want to listen to me. If you don't, there's not much I can do about it. So, like I said, I wouldn't have a trade room for 4 years and counting if people were losing money. How to take trades in Bookmap. Guys, what? Like, are you guys just getting on right now? Like, I'm fine with beginning questions, but please don't tell me you've been on this webinar this whole time. How do you take trades in Bookmap? That's all I've been talking about. Did you use liquidity levels according to the color? How to support your trades? I have a trade called the lick trade that trades to the heavy liquidity. So this one, if I caught this, again, this was right when I was getting on the webinar, of course, this was a bark and lick. So what's a bark and lick? Blind ATR retest, doesn't have to be in any area. This is liquidity. I trade. These are all heavy rusting liquidity areas. I just got filled on that sexy Gexy. Hold on here. So, there you go, guys. How bullish was I this market?
S&P says use policy on sensitivity. And Q short validated.
All right, I'm about to stop out now of this FBB pretty much at a scratch. I got out of some up here for a reason. You guys heard that, right? It was struggling up here. I got out of some. Remember, I tried to get in and it ripped down. I tried to get out of some. So I got out of some of my FBB long from this stuff up here. Now, this newest event. Actually, why is this not firing off? This is a live account too.
Order filled.
I don't know. I did put my stop in, obviously. Thank God it didn't. I didn't figure that out 100 points lower. So anyway, this is my point. How bullish does this market look? Did it look? Guess what? Well, how are you going to know? If I'm looking at this bar chart, I'm like, yeah, man, this thing's coming. This is going to fill that huge move. All right, I'm long. Look what's happening. How could I have known that's going to happen? Oh, I don't know. Something that happened in the market, real time, a Dumb and Dumber that proved bearish. That you're not, then you're short and you're not long, or you're out of your longs. Like I just got out of my long, and I'm still short. Some of the Gexy short I put on up here. Guys, you see, this is the driver of markets. Please listen to me. I don't know how else I can say it. All right, I'm watching this, by the way, to get out of some. This put support. Like I only got 2 left here, 2 little guys. Of course, it comes right there, and the camera in my office heard me talking, and they start to rip it away. So that's my life story there. So I don't have to get out right at it, too, and I'm not going to be watching it. You know, I might not be quick enough, so I'll get out there. This is kind of far, so if it rips up, it rips up. So this is one of the areas I get out. Like I remember I got out of some of my long up here at this Gex level, because these things are important. I'm running out of gas, and I'm at the time too. I had to take trades. I've been showing this the whole time. Is these in composites? Is these in composites on Bookmap auto drawn? No. So the ISIs you get, that's a good question. Sorry, I misunderstood you. Michael Kim is asking, do I get those zones out? I'm going to have some Cloud feature for the ISIs. Actually, guys in my room do it right now. But in my trade room, I post these ISIs every day. Right, so these are free if you come to my trade room. These are my areas. I post them because these are the areas that I put trades on. Right here. Every day I post these charts with the ISI zones. I change them every day. It takes me 45 minutes every morning. I do them for myself too, but you get them for free. If you can't get in my trade room, this is in the document that I posted to. Go to scalpelcinitrader.org and you can get a subscription to the ISI zones. The spreadsheet too. The spreadsheet is the zone drawing tool. But now we have the zone drawing tool. You don't need the spreadsheet unless like the zone drawing tool goes down. But you can get one or both if you can't get in the room. If you come in the room, you get these for free. Right? Good question though. In the market profile composites, no, I just talk about them. You got to eyeball them. I teach you how to do it. This is why I teach in the course too. I had a whole section here. Then I'm gonna hop off, guys. I gotta All right, I filled on that other one. I got out of another gig. So guys, it's a perfect example. How bullish did this market look? I was like, yeah, this thing's going to rip. I got in long. The bearish event came in. I'm out. And I took a short. And look where I filled. Right on the GEX level. That's a surprise that I bounced off of there. Now, actually, now you got some back in blacks working here too. This is the reversion trade. This is what a whole other course I'm teaching tomorrow. So if you get the thing today with the offer I gave you, tomorrow you're going to learn a whole nother course on top of it that was supposed to be a separate course. I'm going to split it out as of Sundays. I'm telling you guys, take advantage. I want no email crying to me on Monday. I didn't see you. Blah, blah, blah. I'm giving you until Sunday. So even if you're seeing this YouTube later, you got till Sunday. What was I going to show? Oh, I show how to draw these markets. I did this yesterday for the course. It's part of the course. How to merge the market profile composites. I did it actually 2 days ago. But yeah, you got to eyeball these, or you'll learn how to. It's not difficult. You know, it's not rocket science. So I teach that too, but I go over it every day in my room. Michael, do you have any material? Are you on the best FF? Literally, I hope you just got on like 2 minutes ago. How could someone? Here's this. Remember I said this earlier. How could someone trade based on the dome and footprint? You don't trade on the dome unless you can make programs that trade automated, because you can't click as quick as a computer. I've already addressed it. Do you have any materials or lessons about it? Guys, that's all I've been talking about. But no, I don't have any materials or lessons trading on the dome. I do use the footprint for certain strategies. That's part of the reversion course tomorrow. But anyway, the best scalp you're going to have is the ATR reversion, and that is literally the course tomorrow. So this was, before I hop off here, I'll just show you here. So you can see what's coming up too. So if you get the course, you're going to get the digital version. But I'm going over it live today and tomorrow for the last 2 days of it. Hold on. Show you this real quick. Then I'll hop off. Can't find the syllabus. I had a syllabus. I was like all like real teacher-ish. Can't find it. Can't find it, guys. Just want to show you so you guys know what I'm doing here. Hold on here. I lost it. Oh well, the syllabus anyway today is I'm teaching the Sexy Gexy. I'm teaching TikTok. These are auto entry trades where you're jumping in right in the middle of the zone, and Floby. And then I'm going over my exit areas, where I get out of my exit areas. We're going to go over the psychological stuff, which I'm not the best at, but I'm not the worst at it either. But we'll talk about it, at least the concepts, right? And then tomorrow is the entire ATR reversion course. So that's it, guys. Everything's in that document. Take advantage. I'm telling you, this is a ridiculous price for what I'm offering you guys. Like absolutely ridiculous. So again, this price is not changing until I split the courses on Sunday night. Email me. I will give you $1,100 off this, and you will get 2 courses. Take advantage. I'm telling you. All right. Hope you guys learned a little bit today. You know, we took some trades. They worked, and I got out, and then we took this one. That one worked. Gold worked. Right. So this is a trading day. That's how it works. I start out getting smoked, and now I'm having winners. That's trading. All right. I will see you guys next Thursday, or in my room, or in my course. I tell you to take advantage.